Hello, welcome to By Prayer and Fasting. I'm Christine, and in today's video, I thought it'd be fun to decorate September's calendar in my Hobonichi Cousin planner, and also go over some of the things that I recently got. Some I got off Amazon, some are from Laurel Denise, and then these stickers here that I made off my Cameo 5 on washi paper. So I was going to show those to you. So if you like that kind of a video, then please keep watching. Okay, so we'll do one at a time. So I'm going to clear my desk. We're going to get rid of that. I'll probably go over, maybe I'll go over the stamps that I got with you since all the ink is out here. Okay, so I pulled out a piece of paper because if I put that behind there, you can see it. And I made this. So I bought the cover from the Dollar Tree. It's actually just a cutting board that I cut down. And then I used Happy Planner's disc, and I bought, I made the cover or the dashboard. So it just says, I will soar on wings like eagle. I will run and not grow weary. And I love that scripture. It's Isaiah 40:31. So that's the dashboard. And then these are cool because I got these off of Amazon. And so they just rip out, which I absolutely love. It makes it super convenient. And so there's two different styles in here that I got. This one is like a full, you know, like a, it doesn't have any separators in it. It's just full. And then I have other ones in the back that have the two spots. So I like that option to have both, and I will link them as long as I can find them, which they should be in my Amazon history. So I got these stamps. I was so excited about it. I love stickers. I love stamps. I thought, I don't have any tiny icon stamps, you know, for planning. So I thought it was just fun. They are very inexpensive per pack. So I got these, and it has the Monday through Friday. It has all the months. They even give you like some numbers. I also bought like a small acrylic block to use because I have an acrylic block, but it's bigger. So I got a smaller one that'll make it a little bit easier for stamping. And I don't have that yet. It was from a jet pen order that has not come in yet. So we have all of those ones. And then see, they just like pop back in. It's like the most convenient thing ever. And then we have these. I'll just show you them. So these are so cute. There's like a little pineapple, and I love them because they're so tiny. And so I currently use Hobonichi Cousin, and I use Hobonichi Weeks. So the Hobonichi Weeks is really small. So let me get it and show it to you. Okay, so this is my little Hobonichi Weeks planner / journal. And so in here, it has a calendar. So I really keep track of my stuff in here, like if I got a headache or my hair wash days or if I got my nails done. So that's what goes on the calendar in here. Okay, and then on this section, which is the weekly page, you get one of these slots for each day, and then it carries across and you get one of these. So I write a good morning prayer or just things that are on my mind to the Lord every single morning, and then I'll write a scripture in here, and then I'll either write that scripture out or I'll write my thoughts around that scripture. So that's awesome. And then back here is just my journal where I'll journal a little bit more in the morning. I started getting into doodling. I love how that turned out. Super cute. So that's what I use this for. But if you see here on the calendar how tiny these are. So I had tiny icon stickers, But what I thought would be super neat is if you got stamps, tiny icon stamps, and I didn't even know that they existed, so now I do, and if you don't know, then now you do. But I just think they're awesome because stickers you have to continuously buy, whereas stamps you don't. You buy them one time, you get to use them as much as you want. So just having them is fun. You know what I mean? And convenient. So that's why I wanted to show you this so you can see why they needed to be so small. So we'll just go over some of these. So it has like all the little food, a hot dog. This one says yum, has for sewing. I think that's adorable. Create, just cute. And then it has like the weather icons and just like other crafting things like the glue and the pencil. I love these artist ones. I think those are adorable. So yeah, you just get a bunch. This little banana is cute. The apple, the coffee, just so cute. Okay, and then the next one we have, this one's pretty cool. It has like a stamp for a weekly plan. I got this because I love how it's all cleaning. You know what I mean? So it has all the text down here for cleaning the bathroom, the bedroom, the kitchen, the dining room. You can stamp inside these boxes if you want, or you can just use these little stamps here in your planner. So it just has, you know, washing the dishes, making food, like a shower day is awesome. Take out the trash. Clean the refrigerator, just so cute. And then these two I cut down. So this came as one full page, but they didn't fit in here, so I just cut them in half. So this is this half, and it has the arrows. So these are rows of arrows, and I use just one arrow. So if you just want to use one arrow, you just put the ink on the one arrow and it'll stamp. Or you can use all of them. So all three of these are all in a row. Same thing with like the boxes. You could choose to use one or you could use all of them. This numbering system is cute for things that you need to get done. 1 through 4. I like the 4 because I do a top 3 a day, like top 3 things I need to get done. But I might do top 4 because it feels like there's always 4. You know what I mean? So this one also has the tiny icons, and that's like the thing with it is you're going to get some duplicates. These ones are actually smaller than the other ones, so that's really nice. So I have those, and then this was the other page to that. And I like how you can, so I can't draw. I've said this before on my channel. I cannot draw, but I love art. So what you can do is I basically got them for the outline. So like I've already tried these out and I stamped them in a really light gray. And then I will go over them with ink, black or another color, my Tombos maybe. So that's awesome. So you can do remember, to do, important, okay. I like these arrows, the curved arrows, and then all the borders. So that one's fun. And just 2 more. These are just more like super itty bitty tiny icons. So these ones have like the laundry. I like that. Barbecue, the dentist, the doctor, the ambulance, pay your credit card, pay your mortgage, grocery shopping, just like so many things that I use on a weekly basis, you know what I mean? So I think I am covered. Like I think I got every single tiny icon that I would ever need with all the ones that I got, with just the ones that I've showed you today. So and then that has like the piggy bank and the money thing, presents, your dog, you know what I mean? So it has all more tiny icons, but there's not very many duplicates, which is what I liked. And so when I was shopping for these, I really paid attention to each icon on each sheet and making sure, you know, that they were all going to kind of work together. So those were all of those ones that fit in this binder. And then I got 2 more sheets here that don't fit, so I just keep them with my other stamps. And then these ones are a little bigger. I did that on purpose because I can use these more in my Hobonichi Cousin, where I journal, you know what I mean? And do my like daily planning. So I like that these are a little bigger. I liked that it had the backpack for school and the little pencil and like cup holder, you know, for the scissors and the ruler and everything. My kid just went to school for the very first time today, so school started for us today, so I got to use some of those already. And then these ones I got for journaling as well, more for in my Hobonichi Cousin, and I'll show that to you. But I can do, like, I like to do word studies for like biblical word studies, so these are awesome for that. And then I've already used this banner, which is cute, the coffee cup. So they're just fun, you know what I mean? Just so much fun. So this is my bigger Hobonichi Cousin planner. And so like you can see here, I used the stamp here and the coffee cup. And then I even used this, and I used my Tombos to color them in. So that was really fun. So this is my Hobonichi Cousin. This is my whole life planner. So I put everything in here. This is my weekly spread, and I just wanted to show you how I used all these. I did this whole page with stamps. So turned out cute. I stamped that banner like I had told you, and then I made like dice and some lines in there. Those are the little squares, so you can see you can use them in a row, or you can just use one of them. The little film, plan with me, we're doing that right now. Yeah, so that's how it turned out. There's a little broom, clean the house, which I already did today. So, alrighty. Okay, so these are all the ink pads I got. They are in the shape of a teardrop, and it makes it really convenient. I've never had teardrop shapes before, so I am really, really loving that. So they all are earth tone colors, and those are probably what I lean towards the most is earth tone. So I'll have them linked down below, but they just give you so many colors. So they gave me like multiple greens. So these are the greens. So you get 3 different shades of green, 2 blues. So there's 2 browns, 1 purple, 1 gray. I do wish they would have put a black in here, but that's okay because I have my Tim Holtz stamp pad, which is black. So, and then orange and yellow. So just like such an awesome variety, you know, to get you started. Okay, and then these are the stamps that I made, but I wanted to show you these because I picked up this book that's kind of like my other one from Poi Han, and I'll have them linked below as well. So you get this, it comes with a clear frosted cover. It already came with the disc, and then these, it's smaller than my other one. So this is the size of my other one, and this is this size. But I do like Coffee Monster Co. stickers, and I believe most of them will fit in here. So I got some stickers from them. And then these I just made. So these are all washi paper stickers. And like I mentioned earlier, I made them on my Cameo 5, which I actually sold. And I was kind of sitting here thinking like, why would I sell that? But it's fine because it takes a lot of work to make stickers. And sometimes just buying stickers is easier, you know what I mean? But I just have like books. All this I made in Canva, and then I pulled it over into the Cameo 5 software and printed them all off. So I have myself some trash cans due today. Those are cute. record, laundry, just fun. Pencils, credit card payments. I do like the colors of these. You can see I really lean towards earth tone. These are prayer for my journal. And then today and habits. And then I showed you those, but I really like those for hair oiling. So I do that once a week, and I'll just put one of these stickers down. So that's pretty much it. And I bought 2 of the packs. So it came with 15, I think. And then you can add like an additional pack of 15. So I did that just to make it like a thicker book. And then I have Laurel Denise. So I bought these in the beginning of 2025. I was going to use Laurel Denise planners. And then I changed my mind at the last minute and went with Hobonichi Cousin. So luckily I was able to sell the Laurel Denise planners that I had bought. And so that was nice to recoup that money. But I also at that time got these. So this is their sticky pad. And I like these, so when you're like planning out your calendar, you can just write sticky notes all over it. And then when you sit down to do your spread, you'll have all your appointments like on your calendar and things like that. So we might use some of those today. And then they give you this, which I think this is a really good deal. So it's $18, but you get the entire 12 months. And I just recently realized that these fit perfectly, most of them, in both my Hobonichi Cousin and my Hobonichi Weeks. So we were just gonna pick one of these out and do the calendar for September. So we have this one, you can see I've used some of them. This one is really pretty. I just really love Laurel Denise's patterns and colors. Like she really has an eye for patterns and colors. So I wanted to show you these, especially if you use Hobonichi Cousin, that this is another option for stickers. So we are going to use the one in the back, but since we're here, and maybe you want to get these, I figured I'd show you every sheet. You know what I mean? This one's beautiful. See how beautiful they are? So I believe this is the one we're going to use. Want to use this one, or do you want to use this one? Maybe we'll go with this blue. Okay, I'll decide and then I'll come back. Okay, so I decided on this one, and then these are awesome. They are leather. They are magnets, and they hold papers together. So you can put that on there and it'll hold it shut. But I got this off eBay for $2. The only catch is it's from China, so you have to wait 30 days. But it is genuine leather and it's made extremely well. And so for $2, I will wait 30 days for it. This is what we're decorating, and I've already did August, so, you know, it's fine. We can do September. You know what I mean? So I have my pouch here. We're gonna need these tweezers, probably these Fiskars, and that might be it for right now. Maybe the scissors. Okay, so the first thing that we're gonna do is we're gonna date the calendar, and I wanna show you how perfect these are. I mean, it's hard to find teeny tiny stickers that fit Hobonichi. So both the Weeks and Cousin. So that's really awesome. So that's basically why I wanted to do this with you today. I know a lot of people use Coffee Monster Co. for Hobonichi, and I love them too. But if you wanted like a really good deal on a pack for 18 bucks for the entire year, you can't go wrong with that. You know what I mean? So I dropped off my kid today. I'll talk to you a little bit, and then I'll speed up the video. But I dropped off my kid today. He went to school. Today was his first day. And yesterday I went to a school meeting for him. And this is his first year back after being on homeschool for 2 years. His name is Nick. And he does struggle with anxiety, especially when he gets around a lot of people. So we'll see how that goes. But he is really excited. He really wants to go to school, make friends. So I'm excited for him. So I went to that meeting yesterday and I picked up his schedule. And then me and him went to the school and played a game where we had to find whoever found his classrooms first. And, you know, kids in 8th grade have multiple classrooms. So we had to run around the whole school finding his classrooms. And then what? We went to Target, got him a brand new backpack, all the things that go in a brand new backpack. And I bought him a really nice water bottle, so he has that. And then we went and got a Starbucks. So that was that. So I think for 2026, I'm going to do my same system because I bought this Moterm leather cover and I'm telling you, they're not cheap. So I want to use it for a whole nother year. It's like practically brand new. You know what I mean? But not only that, I think I'm a Hobonichi girl for life because their planners are just amazing. They have absolutely everything that I need in them. And then the paper is their special paper, Tomo River paper, so it's really nice to write on. It does shadow a little bit, but I mean the benefits way outweigh any possible cons. Okay, so I didn't need 31 because there's not 31 days in September. So there. So that is what it looks like if you wanted to date your calendar. Okay, now we got to figure out what else we're going to do. Okay, so I have all my bills pulled up here. And what I want to do, I think, is put on these staggered out in different colors. I personally like to have my bills on my calendar right here at the bottom. I just, the amounts, so that's why I have that other one. The digital is because it has all the amounts. So that's that. They are not in order on that list, unfortunately. We're going to have to do our best. So the next one is the 28th. And then the 25th. So maybe if I just pull these colors out. If you have any video ideas, leave them down below. We do Bible study on here once a week, and then we do creative art. And I'm thinking about doing planner stuff. Why not? You know what I mean? Okay, so we're going to need one of these blues for the 25th. We did the 25th, the 29th. And then what I do is I write in just the bill company. And then throughout the month when we pay, we pay this one off, I check it off, and so I can just see my entire bills at one big glance, and then none get missed, and I'm always on track. Okay, the 22nd is Canva Pro. So I did pause that for 3 months because I was using it to make stickers, and I'm not using it right now. So we'll pause that. And then Xfinity is our internet, which is on the 17th. So you can see how I'm doing it. Basically, I'm kind of looking at what colors are already down and then picking a different color. So we have that one. What I say, Xfinity, and then we have YouTube. We have to have YouTube on the 4th. So we're going to have to get into another pack. And so we have more packs in here, but I also keep this box for when I start cutting these up. I keep them all in here. So we have some more blues there. So this is just a neat idea. You know what I mean? It's just all my scraps because I don't want to not ever use all of them. You know what I mean? Because we pay money for them. So we keep them in there. So we're not going to have to get into here, which is nice. So now I'm lost on where I'm at, which you're probably screaming at me. YouTube. So YouTube is on the 4th. And I love YouTube Pro because, or Premium, I guess, there's no ads. So we have that there, YouTube. And then I have a credit card, kind of. It's a firm on the 9th, which is here. So we'll do that one yellow. That is for my laptop that I bought, a really nice laptop. So I make payments on that. And then we don't have a ton of credit card debt, which is really nice. That's like the only one, I think. And then Verizon, everybody knows Verizon. We need our phone or I wouldn't be able to do this with you right now because you're on it. So we'll go with that dark blue here. Almost done. And I don't really care that you know my bills. I mean, I'm not telling you the amounts. So, I don't know. What does it matter? You know what I mean? Everybody has bills. Verizon, and then we have our auto insurance, which is on the 8th. So we need a light blue. But this just makes it look so much better than just writing it in. You know what I mean? It gives it color. Okay, and then PG&E, which everybody has to have PG&E. And I'm out of, let me see if I have any more colors. Okay, so PG&E is on the 21st, but I'm not going to do that. I'm going to put it over here so I don't have to stack these on top of each other. So the 21st, and then I have, my last one is the gym. The gym is on the 30th. And that's it. Those are all my bills. So, okay, so I have the only fountain pen I own is a Tsukineko, and I got it because it's really inexpensive. I've never owned a fountain pen before, and I really wanted to try it, you know, but I wasn't quite ready to buy like an expensive fountain pen. So I love the way it writes. It had really good reviews. Some people say that they find themselves reaching for their Tsukineko much more than their really expensive fountain pens. So I just want to put that out there. If you've never, you know, tried a fountain pen, maybe try a Tsukineko. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to use my fountain pen now, and I am going to write all my bills in. So we're going to do this. we have our, now forgive me, I don't have the best handwriting. Okay, and then I'll go ahead and do this sped up. Okay, so we got all that down, and then I want to use this strip across the top, but we're gonna have to cut it. Okay, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna mark it. Okay, so we have that marked. And then we're gonna take this cutter and we're going to cut. Okay. And this is how you can use them for your planner. All right, then we're gonna take this strip and we're going to mark it. This time we're gonna use the scissors. And we're gonna try to cut straight. Like that. Now we'll pull this off of here and hope for the best. And put this here, run it across the top all the way. All the way. Come on. Okay, we almost made it. That's good enough. And then, let's see. Is that the whole thing? What happened to the other piece? Oh, here it is. Yeah. So there's only a little tiny bit left. We could put it here. Let me think this through. Okay, so I think I want to use this big strip right here. So I'm gonna cut it down to size. Okay, so now we have this strip that we're gonna put down here. And what we need to do is we need to measure it. So what I need to do is mark it. Mark it right there. And then I'm gonna get my big scissors because they help me when I have to cut a longer straight line. So where did I do that? Right here. Okay, so we're just gonna cut from here to the line. Just like that. And now it will pull off, maybe. Okay. And with any luck, we did this one better. I think I'll put it like this. Run it right across the top. Perfect. So now we have all of that, and I was thinking we might use our stamps. All right, so we have our stamps here. I think we're gonna do this little house and get it off there. And then we're gonna put this on here. Actually, I like to put them right in the corner, just like that. And then we take this and we set this down right there, and then you just do this. So easy and convenient. Okay, and then we have our little mortgage. So now we're going to stamp our little house right there. Just like that. Cute. So we have that one. We could do some more. Okay, so we have our little credit card, which I realize you probably can't really see this. So we want this one right here. And we have one more right here. Cute. And then we have our little car payment. I mean, our little car for our car payment. It's not a little car payment, that's for sure. Okay, and then we have my car and my husband's car. One day those will be paid off. Okay, and then for some of these, I'm just gonna do this dollar sign, and they have the US dollar symbol, but they also have euro, which is cute. I'm gonna stamp that there. YouTube. All right, I think that's it. Okay, and then they just slip right back in there. My block always stays on my desk, and my ink pads stay on my desk, so it's like not a big deal to just get your stuff out because it's basically already out. All right, now we got to think if there's anything else. Okay, so we have this little square on here, which I think would be cute up here somewhere. Just put it here. That will be fine. And then what we could do is we could fill it in the rest of the way. What do you think? Just to give it like a little bit more, you know what I mean? So we have this here. Put this down. Just have to customize them, but we can do that. And then I'm just gonna cut that. It should pull apart like that. Okay, so that's not too shabby. So I think that is it. That is how I set up my calendar. And then what I will do is, as I have appointments, they will get put in. Anything for like my kids' school or my older son, you know, doctors, husband appointments, whatever. It'll all go in here. And then it will be pulled over weekly to my weeklies. So to these. This was actually a cool thing I did. So I sat down and I made a list for tasks. And I did all the categories. Household, I list everything that could possibly go on my weekly spread in the category household, and then work, family, content, personal, shopping, Bible study, finances, Hobonichi, projects, and trackers. And then as I think of more things, I'll add it onto here, because sometimes when you're sitting down to just start planning your week, it's hard to think of all of the things that you need to do. But when you have a list like this, you can look at this and you can say, oh yeah, that, you know what I mean? Oh yeah, that. So anyway, highly recommend that. But so I thank you for hanging out with me today and making this beautiful September calendar. And please like, comment, subscribe, and we will catch you in the next one. Bye-bye.